How can you create a less than 15-minute at-home workout that burns fat and takes nothing but your body and a heart rate monitor? Tune into this video to find out. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to find out more ways to hack your way to health, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and you click that bell to be notified when we release new videos. With that being said, let's get into it. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to build a less than 15-minute at-home workout that boosts your metabolism, optimizes your hormones, and ultimately burns fat. The benefits of this type of workout, such as these, have been backed by multiple studies, and honestly, this style of working out is a great way to get in a fantastic workout in a very short amount of time. So for those of you who don't quite know what HIIT training is, it stands for high intensity interval training, and is basically a way where you push yourself for a short amount of time, then you take a break, and then you push yourself again, you take a break, and you repeat that for the duration of your workout. Now, disclaimer number one, weight loss is always going to come from being in a calorie deficit, which means consuming less calories than you burn. So if you're eating a lot of food and you're doing these workouts, you're not gonna lose weight. But if you moderate your calorie intake and you include these workouts into your routine, you're gonna see an increased metabolism, which is gonna allow you to burn fat. And disclaimer number two, this is more of an intense form of exercise, so if you're not in shape right now, the best thing you can do is to start to walk more. But as you get more in shape, you can include this style of workout into your routine. And then of course, I have to say, make sure you check with your doctor before you implement any sort of new routine into your workout regimen. So, how do you do it? So this process is gonna be broken down into 7 simple steps, 4 steps before, and then 3 steps to actually go out and execute. So for getting the foundations down, step number 1 is gonna be finding yourself a heart rate monitor with the live heart rate feature. So in the past, I've done a review on the Polar H10, and I've also done a review on the Amazon Halo. So if you wanna look into those, you can check the link in the description. Otherwise, you can go out, do your own research, but make sure that if you're trying to get down to the science with this, that you have your own heart rate monitor that allows you to see your heart rate live. The next step is to calculate your heart rate max and save that number. Now, if you're a man, the formula for finding your heart rate max is gonna be multiplying 0.7 by your age and then subtracting that number from 208. So I'm 26 years old. What I would do is do 26 times 0.7, which is 18.2. And then I would do 208 minus 18.2, which gets me to 189.8, which I'll just round up to 190. And then the formula for if you're a woman is gonna be multiplying 0.88 by your age and then subtracting that number from 206. So my girlfriend is 22 years old. If I multiply that by 0.88, I get 19.36. And if I subtract that number from 206, I get 186.64, which I'll round up to 187. So that number is gonna be your calculated heart rate. Now, it's not perfect because it's gonna vary slightly based on each person, but that's a good formula to go for the basics without going and actually getting tests done. Once you have that number, you're gonna wanna find 3 more numbers. So you're gonna have your upper limits, which is gonna be 90% and 95% of that heart rate max, and then you're gonna have your lower limit, which is gonna be 70%. So with my heart rate max being 190, if I were to multiply that by 0.9 and then 0.95 to find my area for my upper limit, I would get a heart rate max of between 171 and 180. And then if I were to find my lower limit, I would take that 190, I would multiply it by 0.7, and I would find the lower limit, which would be 133 beats per minute. And so once you have those numbers and you've written them down, you move to step 4, which is gonna be as simple as choosing the exercise that you do during your workout. So I'll pop up some examples on the screen right here. It can be really anything that you can do continuously without your muscles totally getting exhausted, such as a heavy bench press or a heavy squat. And so once you have your numbers and you've chosen your exercise, you're gonna then move into the 3 steps of execution. So step 1, when you're ready to do your workout, is gonna be setting a timer for 15 minutes and spending about 2 to 3 of those 15 minutes warming up. So we don't wanna injure ourselves here. We don't wanna start cold. We wanna allow our body to warm up so it's ready for the intense workout that's ahead. Step 2 would be as simple as spending the next 10 minutes doing your HIIT workout. And so you would have your live heart rate monitor up, you would look at the screen, you would remember your upper limit, which is between 90 to 95%, and then your lower limit, which is to 70%. And so you would choose your exercise and you would go all out until your heart rate is between 90 to 95%. The goal being 95%, but the bare minimum being 90%. And then when you hit that, you stop, you catch your breath, you can walk, you can consciously breathe to let your heart rate go down, but you wanna wait until your heart rate then drops to that 70% mark. And basically once you've gotten there, you repeat, work up to 90 to 95, let it drop, and you continue that cycle until that 10 minutes is up. Now when that 10 minutes is up, you're gonna have about 2 to 3 minutes left on the timer, depending how long your warm-up was, and you're gonna spend the rest of that time cooling down. So doing some dynamic stretches, breathing, and trust me, after a workout like that, you're gonna need some time to just let go. Now, fair warning, some days when you're shooting for that 90 to 95% mark, you're just not gonna be able to make it there no matter how hard you push. This could be a sign of, number one, you have not recovered fully from last workout, so you may need to get more sleep, you may need to take it easy, or number two, your body has adapted to which exercise you chose, and so you may need to try a different exercise. So if you were doing sprints and you can't get up to that 90%, maybe move into doing machine rows. So let me give you an example with my numbers. So let's say that the exercise that I chose was burpees, and then for those 10 minutes, I was gonna be in between my range of 70%, which is 133 beats per minute, and then 90 to 95%, which is between 171 and 180 beats per minute. So I would set a timer for 15 minutes. For 2 to 3 minutes, I would do some high knees, I would do butt kicks, jumping jacks, maybe a couple light burpees, just something to get my heart rate going and my blood pumping. Then for 10 minutes, I would go all out with those burpees until I get to 90 to 95%. So between that 171 and 180 heart rate. Once I hit that 171, I'd stop. I'd let my heart rate calm down to about 133 beats per minute, and then I would go again, try to get to that 171, and then I would let it drop, and then 171, and then 133, and continuously back and forth until that 10-minute timer is up. And then finally, when that 10-minute timer is up, I'm gonna spend some time cooling down. So I'm gonna do some dynamic leg swings, I'm gonna do some arm hugs and body hugs, and basically things that allow my body to just kind of decompress from the workout that I just put it through. And that's it, right? It's literally that simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Now, some of you may be thinking, Schuyler, there's no way you can get that good of a workout in 10 minutes. This style of training is excellent for boosting human growth hormone, optimizing other hormones, boosting your metabolism, and basically giving your body what it needs to just be in that state where it's burning more calories throughout the day. But if you want to disagree that bad, you can absolutely go ahead and do your own research. In fact, I encourage you to. So my call to action is to try this. If you have a heart rate monitor, use it. If you don't, grab one, whether it's the Polar H10 or the Amazon Halo, and try out this style of workout. It's simple, it's different, it allows you to change things up every single workout, and honestly leave those 15 minutes feeling strong, feeling like you've just really pushed hard through a workout. So my question for this video, have you done HIIT training? And if so, how have you liked it? Let me know in the comments, and also comment below if you have any questions. But besides that, I appreciate you a ton. Make sure if you are looking for other ways to hack your way to health, that you like this video, you hit the subscribe button, and you also click that little bell to be notified when we drop new videos. And if you want to continue your journey right now, you can actually check the other 2 videos that are to the left of me, and you can basically continually go through to look at some of the stuff we posted already. I appreciate you a ton, and remember, as always, eat smart, move more, sleep deep, and be grateful for this moment. I'll see you next time.